It's been said that any great artist knows what they're creating before they start. And only the artist knows what they're doing. And everything that goes on, the artist has the finished work in mind. It seems just to be a bunch of colors, a total mess. In a lot of ways, the details of our lives seem like that. One of the greatest challenges that each one of us face is the fact that life is messy. But it's there, in Technicolor, in everybody I meet, in my own life, and in the world that I look at every single day. So much goes on. It seems, how can this ever really work out? I see that personally in my own life, and I talk about it in my book, honestly. Some of the blackest colors of my own life, some of the hardest times became the place for God's grace and peace to invade my life. When my mother was diagnosed with cancer and she eventually died from the disease. But God, in the midst of it all, had a beautiful plan. God can grab hold of all of these seeming disparaging messes of our lives. And God can bring it all together and He can create something absolutely beautiful. See, grace and peace in the scriptures is God's overarching defining principle. You might say, well, how's that the remedy? It doesn't fix the situation. You're right. God's grace and peace didn't bring my mother back, but it helped me to see that even in the loss of my mom, God's grace tells me that I'm loved with a love that is even beyond the amazing love of my mom. Because God's grace tells us that God loves us no matter what. God's peace begins to flood your life, and you begin to realize that God knows exactly what He's doing. God is weaving together a story that is so breathtaking, it declares to the world the simple fact that Jesus is real. God is creating an amazing story, your life. And when we embrace what God is doing in Jesus, His peace floods our hearts and sends us into the world with love, all because of His grace and peace.